Hostia, casi nos encerramos dentro, tú.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Aquí está, es este de aquí. Compartiré el directo en mi grupo de Discord a ver si a alguien le interesaría venir a ver. Pues muchísimas gracias, tío, de verdad. Todas estas cosas de compartir los directos, los clips, los vídeos y tal, y hacer que me vea más gente, se agradece un montonazo, de verdad. Y si a alguien le interesa y se queda, pues bienvenido sea. Está ¿What? ¿Era este? ¿Está apagado, tío? ¿En serio? ¿Qué me estás contando, tío? ¿Es porque no hemos hecho nada nuevo? ¿O es que me estoy rayando y no es ese? No, sí, es que es ese. Está apagado, tío. ¿What? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué está apagado, tío? Puta obsesión con comer puertas, tío. Seguro que es porque es el mismo final que hiciste. Pues sí, pues tenías razón. Sí. Sí.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
Pues
on his
tenemos que
left.
hacer derecha sí o sí. Porque izquierda es que literalmente no había... O sea, una vez hemos tomado izquierda, no había nada para bifurcar elección. No había ni cuartos en los que entrar ni nada. O sea que, derecha.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Hostia, ojalá no se haya borrado, tío, lo del ordenador. Las dos entradas que ya teníamos, dime que no se han borrado, por favor. Stanley Parable. Yup. Fumada terrible, Juegazo. No creo. Es que nunca se sabe, imagínate,
Wow.
¿sabes?
Yes, this room. What a beautiful
Es lo
room.
mismo de antes.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Vale, primera puerta a la izquierda. Esta, en la primera run que hemos hecho antes, en el primer ciclo, no le hemos hecho caso. Nos hemos pirado por aquí, nos hemos ido a la parte del ascensor. Así que vamos a hacerle caso.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Vale, atravesó el camino y tomó la puerta opuesta. ¿Qué es eso de ahí? Pero esto me llama mucho la atención. Vamos a meternos en el montacargas este. ¿Qué pasa? Está puesto re obvio para que lo uses, sí. Luz roja, flecha
Stanley didn't want to go
apuntando,
back to
todo.
the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Ni el narrador está seguro de que quiere que hagamos ni de dónde estamos.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Esto ha pasado. ¿Me ha cerrado en la puerta o le he cerrado yo con mi puto autismo de ir clicando todo? Voy a ver si puedo cerrar esto.
No,
Vale, no me la cierra
not the
él.
right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I
narrador se perdió.
thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Puerta del parking. Vale, al menos esta no nos la has cerrado en la puta cara. Gracias. Luz roja. ¿Qué? Interpreto que son números de empleados, ¿no? Porque es la misma typo y los mismos números que hay en las puertas. ¿Nosotros cuál éramos? ¿Alguien se acuerda? ¿423? ¿413? Esto tiene pinta de sala de Matrix, 100%. ¿Cuál éramos nosotros?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Y todos los demás tenían números. Y había otro que estaba emborronado. Al frente de todo había uno que estaba como... tenía como un glitch de chisporroteo. Y a la derecha también había algo en rojo, pero no me he
All of his
fijado.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A ver si nos deja ahora al menos hacerlo del ordenador. Sí, es que está en negro, tío. Qué rabia, tío. ¿Por qué está en negro? Es que no sé si la he liado yo haciéndolo de repetir 2 veces algo igual. O si es que de verdad es así. No sé cómo se le hace para seguir usando ese ordenador. Ya. No sé si ha sido problema mío. ¿Por qué están cerradas?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
Cambiar algo no, pero he hecho lo del ordenador.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
4 puertas. ¿Qué coño 4 puertas? 6 puertas. Por aquí no se puede pasar porque hay sillas. Por aquí sí. Por aquí es la de antes, por aquí es la de antes. Por aquí creo que es lo mismo que lo de la derecha, sí. Y eso también es lo mismo. Esta que esta. ¿Qué hacemos? ¿Una de las dos de antes? ¿Izquierda o derecha?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Left.
Do we just...
Left.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
No se
But it's got to
cierran
be
las
better
puertas
than
por
this.
eso.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Vamos, que lo tenemos que hacer rápido.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Joder, con comerme las puertas. Qué obsesión. No, esto sigue apagado.
Okay, yeah,
no hay
it's
puertas.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed
El
anything?
narrador está hasta los huevos de repetir lo mismo. Vale, no hay nada y se nos abre la puerta de esto. Pelea en el chat no, ¿eh? Peleas en el chat no. Necesito admins que baneen. ¿Esto por qué coño volvía a estar encendido? 420. Yes. La habitación submarino. Justo el ordenador que tiene los... de esto es el 423. ¿No éramos el 423 nosotros? ¿O me estoy...? Vale, esto lo hemos podido abrir. La otra creo que no. Las que tienen números nunca podemos. Pero no, esta no. Esto tampoco.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Un logro que era hacer muchísimos clics en una puerta. ¿Sí? No recuerdo qué número era, pero sé que era del inicio. Bueno, entonces... A mí solo me salta un logro en todo el juego y ha sido... En el menú de opciones hay un lugar dentro de las opciones que pone en plan logros o algo así. Si le das a activar te salta. Como escondido, pero... Nada más.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Vale, y ahora esto es diferente.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Joder, ya llevamos dos resets.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Vale.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Ok. No tiene pinta de cabaña donde asesinan gente, por supuesto que no. Esto sigue apagado. Vale, la línea se va por... De hecho, eso no está abierto y se va por ahí. Vamos a probar de ir por aquí. Vale, no, esto es lo de las puertas. Sigue sin haber puertas, así que... Por aquí... Un tío jugando al solitario. No se puede pasar. Vale.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
4B7,
Here's a
4B4.
thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Let's rock la bola. ¿Qué onda la música? Pensaba que somos gatos el que iban en línea. No, está vestido. Veníamos de ahí.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
What? Ok, supongo. ¿Qué se supone que está pasando? No lo sé. No lo sé.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Aquí no hay nada. Otra vez lo de la sala con...
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through,
es un
you...
glitch.
Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it.
104 es el
Restart.
fired y a tomar por culo. Algo que parece relevante lo noto por si las dudas. Lo anotas. Buah, eres un grande, tío. Eres un grande.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Venga, let's go.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Ahora ya no. El narrador se está como poniendo de nuestra parte ahora.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
El narrador suena como alguien de 40 años que quiere hacer las cosas que hace un adolescente hoy en día. 100%. Ha visto que no puede... hacer que nosotros hagamos lo que quiere y se está como sumando al carro en plan de colegueo, pero medio boomer.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Vale, nos ha abierto la de la derecha. Confusion ending. You've been playing the confusion ending for 16 minutos, 20 segundos y sigue corriendo. What the fuck? Find the confusion ending is
hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
El puto ruido que ha hecho eso. Hostias.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Hay algún ente o algún poder por encima del narrador. Porque ahora se ha puesto de nuestra parte y no le están saliendo, o sea, no tiene acción sobre las cosas. Él no quería reiniciar y nos estaba hablando y a media conversación lo han cortado y nos han reiniciado el juego. Así que hay algo por encima de él. Ya veo que había un ciclo que está metido en un gran ciclo de ciclos. Christopher Nolan approves. Pero sí, sí. O sea que esto es el quinto de esto. Y había 8.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Es que quiero hacer izquierda. Y tengo que ir a almorzar, no pasa nada. Luego vuelvo. Perfecto. Buen provecho. Quiero hacer izquierda, pero me da miedo que se repita lo de antes, que hemos hecho izquierda y no podíamos hacer nada, y pasaba lo de la mujer y todo. Espero no perderme de mucho. Y no pasa nada, si te pierdes, recuerda que en el canal de YouTube se resumen los directos en formato capítulos. Así que, no problema. No es lo mismo que el directo, porque esto es interacción constante y más contigo, que hablas mucho conmigo, que se agradece también. Pero
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Vamos a no tomar el montacargas. ¿Qué pinta aquí la sala del proyector?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Es que esto lo hemos hecho antes.
Oh, no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Para arriba es la oficina del jefe, que ya hemos ido. Y para abajo hemos ido un par de veces también. De hecho, hemos ido como 3. Y a la oficina del jefe solo 1. Vamos a ir a lo del jefe. Eso no estaba antes. Executive Bathroom. El título este no estaba antes. Y tampoco se veía azul por debajo de la puerta. Y esto también ha cambiado.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Vale, apuntado.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Muy señor Barnes, eso, la oficina esa. Otro montacargas. Es el único sitio donde podemos ir. ¿Quieres ser tu propio jefe del juego? No sé yo, Nos están minguneando como quieren.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Hostias. Hostias. Control... Facilidad de... O sea, lugar de control mental o escape escrito en rojo. I don't know... Control. Pues control. No se ve una mierda.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Botón de cámara. Ordenadores. Bueno, ordenadores. ¿Quién dice ordenadores? Vale, botón de cámaras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Vale,
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
O sea, cada pantalla, cada cámara es... O sea, cada pantalla con el número es la cámara de cada puesto de trabajo, de cada habitación. No se puede hacer nada en esto. Botón de... ascensor, question mark, persona.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Sí, ascensor. Let's go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Me recuerda mucho al Portal. El lugar por el que estamos ahora.
But here was the proof.
Como de
The
fuera de
heart of the
instalaciones,
operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mind control status offline. Activate power cells. No sé, el botón este no se le puede dar. Y aquí hay un botón con un símbolo que no sé qué coño es. No se ve. Y un botón con el símbolo este que lo he visto 1000 veces y no sé qué es ahora. Y se pueden apretar, pero hacer no hacen nada. Verde, naranja, rojo, azul. Azul, casa, rojo. Como dos triángulos juntos, que parece algo nórdico. Tampoco hace nada. Triángulos, número 10. Pero no hacen nada porque está apagado. Offline, offline, offline. ¿Qué cojones? Ah, mira, ahí hay botones grandes. 1. No parece hacer nada. 2. Poco. A ver si te sale el del anuncio de YouTube. Telar en el coco. Awaiting input, vale. Pues nos vamos para ahí. Ole mi tete. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué lo que? Welcome to my stream.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Vale, pues lo encendemos, ¿no? ¿Para qué? Apagarlo, qué tontería. Vamos a encenderlo.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever